This morning, fired Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin is preparing for his first court appearance, facing charges of second-degree murder and manslaughter after the death of George Floyd. Chauvin still declining to publicly comment. The future of the Minneapolis Police Department now uncertain. One day after the mayor was booed for not committing to abolishing the police, a veto-proof majority of the city council pledged to disband the department.
We're not talking about hitting the eject button on the police tomorrow. We're talking about engaging a plan to create a public safety system that works for everyone.
Whether it's dismantling departments or reinvesting in other types of programs, growing demands to defund the police are now being heard across the country. In New York City, Mayor Bill de Blasio is moving some funds from police to youth and social services.
We are committed to shifting resources to ensure that the focus is on our young people.
In Los Angeles, Mayor Eric Garcetti is pledging to cut as much as $150 million from the police budget. Critics of defunding say less money won't solve the problem.
Defunding is a nice catchphrase, but in reality, you're defunding police organizations that, for the most part, are already significantly underfunded.
All this as more disturbing videos emerge of police arresting black men. In Fairfax County, Virginia, an officer is seen using a stun gun on a man Friday, later hitting him on the head. The officer is now charged with assault. In Alameda, California, police have released this video of an arrest last month, which is also under investigation. The man says he was dancing outside his home. In Minneapolis, a lawyer for another officer involved says Floyd resisted arrest. Earl Gray represents ex-officer Thomas Lane, who had only been a cop for 4 days.
He was doing what he thought was right.
Lane is now accused of aiding and abetting second-degree murder.
How is it possible that your client stood by and watched for nearly 9 minutes?
He did not stand by and watch. He was holding the legs because the guy was resisting at first. Now, when he's holding his legs, he says to Chauvin, well, shall we roll him over? Because he says he can't breathe. Chauvin says
Gabe,
no.
Back to this notion about disbanding the police, and that's the vote at the Minneapolis City Council. What would that actually look like? What would the next steps be?
Well, Savannah, that is a major question right now. And the city council members say they want input from the public, and it could take up to a year to figure out exactly how this will work. The mayor here says that he wants to reform the department, not abolish it. But one of the ideas being tossed around is perhaps hire more counselors to deal with mental health calls instead of relying solely on police.